The whole topic of sexuality in your twin flame union, on the twin flame journey, on the ascension journey, and how there may be some misunderstandings or just like a different perspectives on it. But at the same time, I feel like there's just this, there's really, at the end of the day, there's one truth, right? And it's love. It's either love or not love, love or fear, love or separation, love or ego. And the reason why I'm speaking about this is because I find it so important to really come into union with your twin flame and, and be in harmonious union with your twin flame. But also because I think as women, we have this like confusion about how to really just be comfortable with our sexuality. But anyways, so as we know, I feel like throughout history, the whole subject of women and sexuality has been very controversial. And we went from, being super modest and like covered up to being super, half naked or even fully naked online. And then there's like this middle place, right, where we can both, express our sexuality, embody our sexuality, feel comfortable in our sexuality, but at the same time not, leak it, leak it out. So I'm gonna explain. In your twin flame union, you're not just in your twin flame union, but as a divine being, right? As a divine child of God, you have your sexuality, and your sexuality is actually really sacred. It's really meant to be between you, God, creator, universe, whatever you want to call it, between you and your creator and you and your twin flame. There really is no other purpose to your sexuality, to your sexual energy, other than to express it within yourself, between you and God, you and your twin flame. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't be a sexual person or a sexy person or, show the world that, you are sexy. But there's a very, very, very big difference between embodying and claiming and owning your sexuality within yourself and having it be sacred in this like sacred container between God, you, and your twin flame, versus really leaking it out to the entire world, like to everyone, and kind of subconsciously maybe even looking for external approval, looking to be filled up inside from that, looking to have people compliment you and sort of lift you up because you don't feel that within yourself, and ultimately trying to get attention from, usually from, if you're a divine feminine, then trying to get attention from the divine masculine collective. And I'm speaking about this because, first of all, I myself have gone through a very big transformation with my own sacred sexuality. Since the age of like 16 till 30, 31, I was very much not aware that my sexuality was so sacred. I thought that it was just like, something that I could enjoy with everyone, and I didn't have to, I guess, value and honor it in the way that I do today. And then when I met my twin flame, it was like suddenly it felt really bad to be in a relationship with him and then simultaneously, be hit on by other men, or it felt bad to continue dressing the way that I did, acting the way that I did, behaving the way that I did, and having ultimately my sexual energy really be leaked out. So if our sexual energy is like a container, like a cup, okay? See how there's this amount of water? Our sexual energy is supposed to be filled up all the way. I can't believe I'm actually doing this. Anyways, you get the point. So filled up all the way, right? And when it's filled up, there is a healthy, complete, satisfying, fulfilling energy between you and your twin flame, your twin flame, and God. When you begin to leak it out, right, by posting yourself half naked online, by, speaking to multiple people at once, multiple men. This goes for men too, right? My target audience is women, but I'm going to speak, if you're a divine masculine, it's the same thing. But basically, yeah, leaking it out. And then what happens is that there's only this much left for your twin flame. And that causes an imbalance in the relationship where your twin flame union could be and is meant to be and is designed to be super romantic, super attractive, super loving, super intimate and close. When you're leaking your sexual energy out, you actually are paying a price, and what you're left with is less romance in your relationship, less attraction, less fulfillment, less satisfaction, right? Less intimacy, less closeness. That's why there's this confusion, because I notice in the past 10 years, probably even more, but mostly the past 10 years, there's been this feminism idea that women should be proud of their bodies and feel comfortable showing off their bodies online, whatever. So posting half naked, showing your boobs, showing your butt, thinking that that's empowerment and that's confidence and that's self-love. It's a complete illusion. It's not self-love, actually. Now, of course, if you're a model and that's your career and that's your job, and you have, a job where you have to model a bikini, or that's different. And at the end of the day, it really isn't about what you wear or what you do on the outside. It's more of your intention, right? If your intention is pure and you're coming on set wearing a bikini because that's your job, and and you value your relationship and your body, and you're not doing it to get attention, you're not doing it to get hit on, but you're doing it to just live your life purpose and share your beauty with the world, and ultimately get paid, because you're trying to make a living, that's fine, I think. I mean, also, I also have issues with that, but that's okay on some level, right? Understandable. But when you are posting yourself online in a very, very, very sexual way, and you are half naked, and you're just posting it on Instagram to get attention and to get hit on and to get approval, how is that self-love? Genuinely tell me, how is that self-love? It's not. Because when you truly love yourself, when you actually love yourself, you have no need for anyone else's approval, not even your twin flame. But you have no reason to post your naked, half-naked body online. It makes no sense. I don't say this with judgment, because I've done it myself, and I understand the desire sometimes, or that feeling of I just want to wear a bikini and feel hot, and I want to post it. But yeah, again, why are you posting it? Why do you feel the need to post it? Really ask yourself, why am I doing this? What's the purpose? What's my intention, right? And you'll notice that if you really go deep and you're really honest with yourself, it doesn't actually feel good to post your half-naked body online. It doesn't actually feel good to leak your sexual energy. It doesn't actually feel good to have multiple men hit on you every day. It doesn't feel good to walk down the street and have men stare at you in a really creepy sexual way. And when you make the new choice to not do that anymore and really honor and hold your sexual energy sacred in this sacred container, you won't have to experience that anymore. I mean, I'm not a Victoria's Secret model, but I do find myself pretty attractive, and I'm a good-looking woman. And in the past, I had a lot of issues with that. Like I was constantly being hit on, constantly having boundaries crossed, constantly feeling uncomfortable, unsafe around men. And I didn't realize that it was a lot of not obviously it's not like my fault, or it's not about putting the blame on myself or on someone else, but it's more just like taking responsibility, yeah, for the way that I was showing up in the world. Like I was basically not even aware, but it was almost like I was subconsciously like, yeah, really looking for attention, and approval. And I was constantly looking for this external confirmation that I'm worthy, and that I'm hot, and that I'm beautiful, and that I'm lovable, and that I'm attractive. And when you don't feel those things within yourself, you're going to constantly try to look for them on the outside. And that's where that whole thing comes in of like women posting themselves half naked online, things like that, because they literally just subconsciously they're maybe not even aware of it, but they are actually seeking love on the outside instead of giving it to themselves on the inside. And when you begin to really give yourself love on the inside, you don't need to do that anymore. And you can begin to really enjoy, just the romance and attraction within yourself, between yourself and God, between yourself and your twin flame. And it no longer needs to be this open thing where anybody and anyone can just come in and take your sexual energy. Like that is not respectful, right? It's not respecting you, your body, your boundaries, your sacred energy. So, with that being said, it's safe to be sexual. It's safe to express your sexuality in a way that feels good to you. I know and I'm aware that everybody's different and everybody's going to have their own journey. There's absolutely no judgment here whatsoever, but I just wanted to get on here and talk about that because I do feel that there's a little misconception here about what actually is self-love or women empowerment or confidence. And I truly believe, and not everybody has to agree with me, but I truly believe that true confidence, true self-love is not about showing your half-naked body online to the world. It's more about, realizing that you don't actually need to do that, and that you can just be peaceful and enjoy your sexual energy, your femininity, your attraction, your romance. You can just enjoy that with God and with yourself and with your twin flame, not needing to include the entire world in that, if that makes sense. So I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this topic. I know it's very tricky, sensitive, controversial, but I do feel like it's healthy to talk about it and heal in this space. So I love you all. And please like, subscribe, comment, share, and I will see you in my next video.